If you think the chemical industry is just about boring plastic pellets and smokestacks, think again. What you're looking at is a $45 billion battlefield. Today, we're peeling back the glossy covers of the 2025 annual reports from South Korea's biggest players. We found a hole in their pockets the size of a volcanic crater, and some of these giants are running out of oxygen. Is this a temporary dip, or are we watching a slow-motion train wreck? Let's dive in. Look at this refinery. Beautiful, right? But behind those lights, the numbers are bleeding. Imagine earning a six-figure salary but spending every penny, and then some, just to keep your car running. That's the Korean chemical industry in 2025. For the first time in a decade, profitability hasn't just dipped, it has evaporated. We aren't just talking about a bad quarter, we're talking about a structural heart attack. LG Chem is the undisputed heavyweight champion here, pulling in over $12 billion. But here's the kicker. Being big in 2025 is like owning a massive mansion you can't afford to heat. Their core business, making basic plastics, is currently a red ocean. Why? Because China is building factories faster than we can count, turning what used to be a gold mine into a price war nightmare. Look at that actual margin, minus 1.2%. They're basically paying customers to take their products. Let's talk about work smarter, not harder. SKGC is the efficiency king here. Each employee there is generating over $5 million in revenue. To put that in perspective, that's enough for every single staff member to buy a fleet of 50 luxury Teslas every year. On the flip side, look at Lotte Chem. Their revenue per head is much lower because they're doing the quote handcrafted version of chemicals. It's boutique, but in this economy, boutique is a luxury they might not afford for long. In this business, if your product sits in a warehouse, it's not an asset. It's a ticking time bomb. Kumho Petrochem is moving their goods at a blistering 21 times a year. That's like a restaurant that flips its tables every 20 minutes. They are agile, they are fast, and they don't get stuck with expired raw materials. LG Chem, they're moving at a third of that speed. In a market where prices change hourly, being slow is a death sentence. Now, let's talk about getting paid. It's one thing to sell a product, it's another to actually see the cash. S-Oil is the boss here. They get their money in under a month. But look at Kolon Industries. They're waiting nearly 50 days to get paid. That's like lending your friend money for lunch and not getting it back until the next season of your favorite show starts. It's a huge strain on their daily grocery money, or what we call cash flow. This is the truth meter. Some companies report profits on paper that don't actually exist in the bank. KPIC and Kumho are the stars here. Their cash-to-profit ratio is near 200%. That means for every dollar they claim to earn, they've got $2 in real, cold cash flowing in. But Lotte and Hanwha? They're in the quote, 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 quote. Their paper profits are a fantasy because their actual bank accounts are shrinking faster than a puddle in the Sahara. We've reached the pivot point. The giants have realized they can't survive on old-school oil and plastic anymore. We're witnessing a $15 billion green gamble. They aren't just changing their logos, they are tearing down the old house to build a high-tech fortress. It's a make-or-break moment. Where is the money going? S-Oil is building a $6.5 billion machine that turns oil directly into chemicals, skipping the middleman. LG Chem is spending over $9 billion, enough to build 45 Burj Khalifas just to become a battery company. They're basically betting their entire future on your next electric car. It's bold, it's expensive, and there is absolutely no plan B. Lotte Chemical is doing what we call a garage sale from hell. They are selling off entire factories in Pakistan, Malaysia, and their water treatment units. When a giant starts selling the family silver, you know the mortgage is due. They are clearing the deck to focus on one thing: survival in the high-end material market. Here's where it gets complicated. Our giants are caught in a pincer movement. On one side, Europe is slamming them with carbon taxes. On the other, the US is forcing them to build factories on American soil if they want any subsidies. It's like being forced to play two different games of chess at the same time, and the entry fee is a cool $5 billion in tariffs. This isn't just business, it's survival in a fractured world. Time for some accounting horror stories. Lotte took a big bath. That's auditor speak for, let's admit we lost $1.7 billion now, so next year looks better. SKon is burning through cash like a rocket engine, losing $3 billion on batteries. And Hanwha? Their corporate structure is so complex, with 228 different entities, that even their own accountants probably need a GPS to find the money. These aren't just red flags, they're flares in the night sky. The EV revolution hit a speed bump in 2025. It's what we call the EV chasm. Everyone who wanted a Tesla already has one, and the rest of the world is waiting for them to get cheaper. This has left companies like SK and LG in a tough spot. They've built the massive kitchens, but the customers are currently on a diet. They're playing the long game, waiting for the 2026 demand surge. So, what's the timeline for redemption? 2026 is the year of the HDIN project. By 2027, LG Chem stops being a chemical company and starts being a battery giant. By 2030, if they survive, they'll be completely out of the dirty plastics business. This is a decade-long marathon, and we're only at the halfway mark. Final verdict: who wins? Kumho and S-Oil have the quote-quote cleanest balance sheets and the fastest moves. They are the lean athletes of this race. Who's in trouble? Lotte and Hanwha are carrying too much heavy luggage, debt, complex structures, and massive burn rates. The landscape of the Korean economy is being redrawn right now, and not everyone is going to make it into the new map. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Our full-page report has the raw data that these companies' PR teams don't want you to see. If you're an investor or a strategic planner, you need the full picture. Head over to HDINresearch.com or shoot us an email. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the cycle. I'm the lead analyst at HDIN. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp.